Here. That's so good. All right, so if anyone's near the kitchen, go ahead, we're gonna get started. Josh, you wanna send anyone in there in the kitchen? Good morning, and welcome to 1 Million Cups. My name is Melissa. I'm a volunteer on the organizing team for 1 Million Cups. Daryl, how many folks we got in the Zoom room with us today? All right, cool. Joe, good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Joe and Leslie Haywood. So we do have a couple people in the Zoom room. For those who are new, we're going to tell you how 1 Million Cups runs. It's about an hour. We are allowed to network in here about a half an hour or so after the meeting. So plan on sticking around if you have time. I'm just kind of rambling to get some people out of the kitchen. And then I have David, Benjamin, you have the gift, right? Okay. All right, so again, I'm Melissa Wilson. I'm one of the volunteer organizers here for 1 Million Cups. And I'll give you a little bit of the background on 1 Million Cups and what we're doing with our meeting today. But first, if you've been to a 1 Million Cups meeting before, I see a lot of familiar faces. Can you raise your hand? Raise your hand so you can see that people are coming back because we got fun here because we really like each other here. And then if you have been here, if you've been to 2 meetings, like 2 meetings, can you raise your hand? 2 meetings or less, right? How about if you have never come to a meeting before? Can you raise your hand? Holy smokes. Now you folks gotta hold your hands up because we actually have a gift for you. Hey. So if your hand is up, please keep your hand up and we'll give you a gift for coming. 1 Million Cups provides us with some swag, not a lot, but we got a big box of it and we're looking to give it out. Now, if you have come to a meeting before and you didn't get this last week, you could put your hand up and you can get a journal as well. For you guys online, you got to come in person. I'm just kidding. We always do have an online group here. So if anyone's enjoying what you get here today, feel free to log in on Zoom for the hour for what we do for the meetings here. All right, looks like we're getting everybody in the room. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate your time today. So again, my name is Melissa. I'm the MC. If you're one of our organizers on the organizing committee, can you guys raise your hands? I see Drake, Josh back there, Daryl, and David is passing out the journals right now. We are looking for volunteer organizers for our team. That just means a couple of hours commitment a week. We do a 1 meeting on Monday mornings for half an hour to an hour, depending on what we need to talk about. We have another, And then we also come to this meeting, right? So that's the commitment. And then we just ask people in the community to come and present. So we are looking for volunteer organizers. You can see Drake or myself or David or Daryl at any time or Josh to ask us more about it. Okay, so that's our plug for our organizing committee. Now let's just talk briefly about 1 Million Cups. Did you send me that? Cool, that colors. Okay. All right. So when I'm not emceeing, Drake is emceeing typically, and we've been looking at our 1 Million Cups framework. So first of all, 1 Million Cups stands for exactly what it means. Just 1 million cups of coffee to keep your business sustainable, especially startup, right? So it's run by Kauffman Foundation. Familiar with Kauffman Foundation? Yes, some of the score. Yep. Kauffman Foundation is a huge company in Kansas City, Missouri that does a lot of funding and philanthropy and give back to the business community, large and small. And in 2012, they launched 1 Million Cups in Kansas City, Missouri to take some of their team members, go out in coffee shops and meet the startup companies meet them there and let them talk a little bit about their business and where they were stuck, right? So that's kind of how it started. When they realized they had quite an audience for these weekly Wednesday presentations, they created a framework, and that's what we're using here in Detroit today, right? And there are actually 109 communities all around the United States meeting today on Wednesday. So every Wednesday morning. So, if it's a different time zone, you can log into somebody else's Zoom potentially and see what their 1 Million Cups looks like. We did that during COVID. Now, 1 Million Cups is not about pitching. Okay, so we do look for presenters presenting your business every single week. You get about 5 minutes to talk about your business, who you are, what problem you're resolving in the world or just in general in the business community, and then where you're stuck as a business owner. It's not, I need more money to make my business run, and it's not, let me tell you what I do and see if you can buy from me. Those are pitches. Obviously, there's lots of places you can do that in our county. We are literally presentations. You're presenting who you are. You're practicing your short form conversation in front of a welcoming and good community here. I see you smiling, Dr. Dana. You know we're friends here, right? So, and I'm looking at the notes from 1 Million Cups to make sure that we are telling you guys what they expect. They expect authentic connections, not networking. So those of you, I see some people smiling, and I see you guys smiling that are in here because we are making authentic connections. That's why people are coming back here, just because you get to see people that you saw last week and you didn't get to get enough information. And then this is run for the community, by the community, right, Drake? For the community, by the community, right? So you don't have to be a business owner to sit in this room. You can work for another company. You can be older than 5 years. We call startup here 5 years or younger. But we want you to come in here and support from the audience and potentially present so that you can get support from the audience. And the best and final thing that they expect us to do is to be radically and intentionally inclusive. So I personally think that we do that. So talk about that as we get together today. All right, well, here's how 1 Million Cups meeting runs all around the country and how ours runs. We actually are one of the few communities, I just found this out in a national meeting for our region last week. We're one of the few communities that does hybrid like this. So the Zoom meeting. Most likely in a month or so, we're going to start working with YouTube streaming. Right now, we just use Zoom because Coffin provides Zoom for us. But we have a YouTube channel, so you can go to 1millioncups.com Detroit Metro, and you'll see some previous Zoom recordings, but we're going to start using YouTube. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, so how does it run here? So if you want to present, 1millioncups.com/present, and that puts you into our kind of like our software program that is volunteers we use, and you answer 3 questions. Who are you? Where are you stuck? Have you been here before, right? And then we just put you in the pipeline, pick a date, and then we coach you for an hour, and some of us on the team will coach you to be able to present using a couple slides on the slide deck, right? So then you ask to get 5 minutes, you tell the community what it is you're doing and where you need some help as a business owner, and then people come up to the mic and offer support. So speaking of coming up to the mic when a presenter is presenting, you got to use the mic for us because we record through the Zoom, and then it goes on YouTube, and then you can hear your question actually. Right? Sound good so far? Okay. So here's how our agenda goes every single week, so you know what to expect. Number 1, there is always free coffee. Right? We always find a coffee sponsor. And today we have Daryl from Luminesso over in the corner. So Darren. He's going to speak with us in a few minutes about fabulous coffee. Hopefully you have tried in the other room. And then we have our presenter go typically, or we will introduce a Thrive representative. So Oakland County has a group called Thrive that helps all the startup business owners that they can all over Oakland County. And we have some partners in the room today who are going to give us a couple minutes on what they can do to help anybody in the room that might need help as a service from Oakland Thrive. Okay. Typically, we will have a presenter. Now, first, I'm going to just throw this out there. We have a lot of new people. Is there anyone here who wants to present today?
I'll say you.
You gotta be a startup business. Are you considering presenting today? Or would you maybe coaching then in a few minutes, right? What's your name?
Michael Muse.
Michael Muse. Are you 5 years or younger in your business?
Second generation, but almost 5 years.
Okay, you understand the presenting process. You're not pitching, you're not investing, you're not asking us to invest in your business, right? You're going to say who you are, problem you're resolving, and then where you're kind of stuck right now. And that stuck, it can be like, I can't get through this month without knowing how to resolve this thing. I keep pushing off. And then you're going to ask the audience for suggestions. So that's what we call ask the community, right? So what can your community do for you? That's the final question for any presenter. I need my community to help me with this. Might be business owners, might be people who just love to listen to business owners. We have one, is this gentleman right here? Okay, so we're going to have 2 presenters today. So that's really exciting. All right, so I'm going to pass the microphone. Oh, before we do that, I want to mention our space here. I want to thank Josh from Incubizo. Where's he? How are you? Josh. Oh, there he is. Oh, hi, Josh. I always have to look in the back for him. So Josh is on our organizing committee. He's provided this space for us today, and the benefit to having a workspace and not a coffee shop for our location is that you get to stay here and work for the day. So if you attend the 1 Million Cups meeting on Wednesday morning, get your free coffee, give back to your business community a little, learn something here, you could stay and work in this beautiful workspace for the rest of the day. And there's a building across the street that you can use as well. And then if you need a post office box, so you're not having your home address be your mailing address, he has opportunity for that. And if you want to learn what it would cost to have a monthly office here, you know, Josh is the guy I talked to. And then I already mentioned Oakland Thrive is our sponsor. So we're going to first have our coffee person tell us about his business and what he's offering for us today. Now, if you want to be a coffee sponsor and get 2 minutes, you're allowed to pitch. So Darren's going to pitch or not. He doesn't have to, because he also is a startup business owner and he might present to us his issues in the future. So I'm just letting you guys know this. So he gets a couple minutes. If anyone else wants to be a coffee sponsor in the future, anyone, and for any reason, you just sign up with Josh and we'll give you a couple minutes in the beginning of the meeting. Okay, so first be Darren, then we have a couple Oakland Thrive people who are going to talk a couple minutes, and then we'll see 2 presentations today. All right, Darren, take it. And then can you come over?
Hey, thank you. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
That's my hard to right.
Oh,
Here we go. Right, there goes now. Perfect. All right, so yeah, so my name is Darren Jones. I am the CEO, founder of Luminesso Coffee. Luminesso Coffee, basically who we are, is a specialty grade coffee, freshly roasted, online orders. You have it shipped to your home 3 to 5 days. Been around probably the actual processing and facility and organization of the coffee. Company has been around for like 25 years. I actually just started this company in April, so actually fairly new. And the process for me has been very hands-on. So everything you see as far as the logo and any information that you see about the company, it's for me hands-on stuff. So a little bit more about the company. I would say that one of the biggest things as far as with my coffee company that I'm actually dealing with is figuring out the best way to get the brand awareness out there of the coffee, because it's a great tasting coffee. I'm sure everyone's had it. But if you haven't, please try. And please, if you like it, don't like it, add a review. I have some QR codes back that you can take from me. Definitely appreciate that, because that's a very big help for the future. What else does you want to know from me? So, you know, we get our coffee grounds from 15 different countries throughout the world. I can give you more details on that if you would like to sit down and talk to me about it. A lot of information to go over, but we can. Do everything from ground type K-cups and whole bean. All right. And I would say, you know, if you guys have any questions, concerns about anything, please let me know. We do have natural facts or nutritional facts on everything as well. And yeah, I think that's really it, unless I know you have more questions for me, but yes.
What's your favorite coffee?
My favorite coffee is a six bean symphony. It's a mixture of 3 different dark beans with intense flavor. It's a really good pick me up as far as coffee goes for me. I'm more of an espresso drinker. I have an espresso machine. And then also, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this. Luminesso also provides services for events. So I do weddings, parties, special occasions, grand openings. Actually, have one of those on Friday. That we do in order to provide coffee, donuts, and whatever other services you may need. So I have set up for that as well.
What, how many different flavors do you have?
I have 9 different blends right now. Within the next year, I've got about 40 available to choose from, but I don't want to overload myself.
Right.
Carrying all that coffee.
Not a question, but did you introduce yourself as Mr. Garbo?
Oh.
Okay, if that was, I didn't want to say it loud, that wasn't.
No, that is me.
Okay, so he talked about that he has issue with branding, and he introduced himself to us last time I met you as Mr. Dark Roast. I said, stick with that. Right. Stick with that. That's your brand, right there.
I'm working on trade for that. So as far as that goes, I'll tell you a little bit about that story. That happened a long time ago. I was talking about
That's now.
and I was going over a few different ideas with a team of ladies I had.
Speak up just a little bit.
With a team of ladies I had met, business owners, and we were just talking over names, and I thought I'd come up with a social media personality. And I know that that alone would give me the ability to do certain things outside of being a regular professional coffee server or event person. So Mr. Dark Roast is my social media. The thing that, yes, it's my persona that I use. More to come on that for sure, but follow me on Facebook, you'll see it in TikTok.
All right, cool. One more question. Then we got to move on because we got two presenters. That's a big deal today.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, one more question.
I have two quick, very quick. Do you buy green or roasted coffee? And are you looking for any alliance with producers or growers?
So as far as like, we got both green and roasted coffee as well, yes. But a lot of when those situations happen, when we're doing the processing from whichever country we decide to get it from, it's usually a mix, and they mix them with, I said, organically grown out of Uganda. It'd be a mixture of beans from the processing from Uganda to the United States. For some reason, they have to have a certain percentage of beans from other countries in order to, help fix taxes and all that stuff as well. That's the roasted beans. And then as far as green, those are not touched at all. Those are warehoused and stored separately as well. So those come on. We do have those, but I can get more details from you. Sorry.
Cool. All right. So thanks to Darren for providing our coffee today. Great.
Okay, so we turned up the mic a little bit for him, so now I gotta hold it down a little. So, we're going to, we have two presenters, they just got their super mini coaching session, and I just vetted that they're not pitching or investing, right, asking for investment. And remember, I mean, I might seem nice, but if you start to come up here and pitch or ask for investment, then I'll just go, we're talking, we're gonna move on to a different thing now. Hi Curtis, good to see you. Thanks for coming down. Okay, so we have a couple of Oakland Thrive, who is our sponsor, our sponsor for this event. We have a couple of members here. There's three of them, and I promised all three of them to get a couple minutes, 2 minutes or so. Is that okay? Because we have two presenters, because that's a big deal. Yeah, is that okay, Tanisha? Or do you want to just show your expertise and help our presenters?
Okay, I need the whole hour.
You need the whole hour? Okay, okay. So, Trina and Tanisha and Jeff, right? If you guys can all three come up, this isn't normal for just the new people. Go ahead.
I was saying, since we have two presenters.
No, it's okay. It'll be just 2 minutes. We'll roll through it.
Okay.
All right, so if you guys just stand up front here, just to know that our sponsor, it comes here specifically to support the community, and the guys are gonna tell you what their business is and why they're partnered with Oakland Thrive, and then, find them later in the room, when we do our networking time. All right, so it's a little loud, so there we go.
Good morning. All right. My name is Jeff Watt. I run Real World HR Solutions. I joined Oakland Thrive, I don't know, 10 years ago. I think I launched a year and a half ago, give or take. Seems like I've been there for a while, and I had somebody remind me today that I did a panel about a year ago, and she remembered me, which was amazing. Made my entire day. Oakland Thrive has helped partner with smaller businesses, because I provide HR services to businesses of 2 all the way up to 2,000. So when I look at businesses and they say, I don't need HR yet, yeah, you do. A lot of times they don't know what they don't know until a lawyer calls them or a lawsuit hits them. So we help grow businesses through HR practices. If you already have employees, who has employees in here? Anybody? Like 3, 4 people? Beautiful. If you already have employees, we also help with attrition and try to stop attrition. The old adage right now, nobody wants to work anymore, has actually been a saying for like 1,000 generations. There's actually Egyptian hieroglyphs that talk about younger employees not wanting to work. So we actually have some solutions to help you with that as well. But as you're growing, you're thinking about hiring employees, we're there to help. We also help with a little bit with LinkedIn advertising and things of that sort. That's a little bit of a side gig. But Oakland Thrive has been amazing for that and brings help to small businesses that need it. And it's free of charge. So it's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. That's good. Thank you.
Tanisha Molden, I'm the owner and founder of Molden Law. So my question to you guys is, do you know what success looks like next year for you? If you do, raise your hand. Awesome. That is one of the first questions that I ask when I sit with people in the consults through Oakland Drive that they provide free 2 hours of consulting with me. I work through a framework with clients to help them get their year in their life. That's what I call it, their year in their life of success to generate more revenue in their business through monetizing their intellectual property. So not only do I provide, legal service, the traditional legal services, contracts, trademarks, and education on that part, I also, the foundation is coaching, helping through the mindset issues. I'm also a certified coach, so helping with the foundation, helping you understand your market, your competitors, your model, your business. These are the things that lead to success. Or if you want to have a successful business and scale your business and for long-term success. So through Oakland Thrive, they are very generous in providing 2 hours, which I think is great to have 2 hours with me. And I have some clients, couple of people in the room that have worked with me, raise your hand, raise it up, that have benefited from that. So the best way to get in contact with me is get in contact with the consultants or whatever, see the Daryl and Drake in the room, find out and yes, okay, and also find out who your consultant is and seek their help. There are so many resources available to you. You just don't, it's so best. It's not just us here. If you need help and you're stuck, reach out to them. They definitely can help you. If you need help and you're stuck and you want to reach out to me, you can certainly reach out to me and you can see me afterwards. I'll give you my email. And if you need resources, whatever it is, we're here to help.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Trina Harold, and I'm the president of Dynamic Business Consulting Solutions. We are a full-service accounting and business consulting firm, and I'm brand new to the Oakland Thrive family, so I'm anxious to get out here and start helping some companies. My passion, one of my passions, is really coming along small businesses, new startups. Oftentimes, small businesses don't know to pay close attention to their accounting and financial needs. And one of the biggest myths out there is that, oh, I'm too small, I can't afford it yet. It's a total myth. There are services available to make sure that you have a firm financial foundation. And that's what I seek to do for new and startup businesses, small businesses, and nonprofits. And so if you know companies that have need, I think people do Oakland Thrive, like my colleague here mentioned, to provide certain services in that arena, but then also on a professional level for other businesses to provide services to make sure that small businesses succeed, that they have a good leg to stand on and move forward. So again, I'm Trina here, Dynamic Business Consulting Solutions. She doesn't like your company's full potential. Thank you.
Great. That was so weird. See, that was a little different for people who've been here before, but we just wanted you to kind of put a face to the service that's available here in the room with you on Wednesdays. And it's not mandatory attendance for like anybody, just, we're all volunteers. The Thrive partners that come, they come because they like to hear what's happening in the business world, and we're like a safe place, kind of like our presenters are coming in to you guys saying, I'm a little vulnerable, right? I'm a magic person running a business, but at the same time, I'm struggling with something to ask the community. So on that note, Michael Muse is going to be our first presenter today, and Michael, this is different, right? He didn't get much coaching. He got about 2 minutes of coaching. So if you want to sign up in advance, 1millioncuts.com/present. We are looking for presenters in October and November. We're going to start filling our pipeline for the last week of the month to be a youth presenter. So get on the list and get your name in here if you want to present. So Michael, you can come on up here. You're going to get the mic for 2 minutes. You're going to tell us who you are, what your business is, like the problem you're resolving in the world, and then where you could use some help from your community in order to move forward this month, this quarter. Okay, here you go.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? My name is Michael Muse. This is Muse Income Tax Service. We're a second generation business. We've been doing taxes for 53 years now. And so once my parents passed away, I fully took over the business. And as you know, we're in a big change as far as AI and technology. So a lot of ways how we've been doing business, next 5-10 years from now, that's not how we'll be doing business. So for our business particularly, I realized that, hey, tax preparation may not be around next 10 years. So we totally overhaul, and then we still do tax prep, of course, But looking at businesses in general, a lot of businesses are not structured properly. They don't have the right entities. They don't have the right contracts when they're dealing with their employees. They don't have the right contracts when they're doing business with other businesses. And when it comes to accounting practices, they don't even know how much taxes they're paying. So we instituted a business success system to really look deep at helping them get their credit together and also building relationships even on the real estate end, because a lot of people who pay a lot of money in taxes, one of the first things we let them know that, hey, if you're paying a lot of money in tax, let's help you get into a system, a real estate mastermind, so you can learn how to leverage real estate to lower your tax liability. So that's what we do. We really looking to really grow my tax advisory end, because I know that too many people in business, they don't have enough information, and they're concerned about the costs and truly when it comes to money and credit, when we all agree, everybody don't want to talk to everybody about that, because people are embarrassed about, a lot of times people are embarrassed about the decisions they've made in business. Nobody wants to look as a failure in business, but the reality is when we come in groups like this is where we're supposed to be open and honest and say, hey, I failed now, I made bad decisions, I want to grow. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm switching totally over to tax advisory, and I want to make sure that I'm putting my system in place to build the right relationships, because as you know, in business, you can have a client who pays you good money. Most times, if you agree, the clients who pay the least amount of money, a lot of times those are your biggest headaches. They call you in the middle of the night, bug you, they want to take you out, take your time away. And so I want to make sure I'm attracting people who are really open, honest with themselves, they're honest with the people who they do business with. It's about growth. I'm looking to not just grow my business for me, but I have grandchildren now. So I've already started training my grandchildren in business and just teaching them about relationships, because when we all agree, and this is my first time here, but I'm sure that many people in here, you have made good contacts and relationships in here, and I'm looking forward to do the same thing.
Right, so that was that.
It's really good speaker, Joe, having never been here before, so that's really awesome. So, okay, so let me just see if I'm hearing this right. You're asking the room, how can you kind of transition or fold into your business the consultation parts of tax advisory? Like, that's a new thing you're going to be doing, and you're looking for the audience to share some suggestions on how to do that. So typically, if you're a presenter, you would have told the room, here's who I am, here's what I've been doing, here's what I tried, here's what I learned from that, and here's where I'm stuck. That's the process. So, are you looking for marketing support? Are you looking to know, like, should you ask people to come in? Like, can you give the audience one or two specific questions you'd like to get the answer to?
I'm looking to really meet people who are serious about their business, who, when looking at the whole remedy business, to really be proactive, so that wherever the goal is moving forward, what's the best way to meet those individuals who are serious about their business, who don't mind making the investment in their business to grow. A lot of times people talk about what they want to do with their business, but when it comes to, this is a time to really make the shift, to really put all your paperwork together and know what your process is, so that wherever you're going to pay in taxes, what process do you have in place? Or if you don't have one in place. So I just really want to make sure I'm connected to the right people to grow and move forward.
That's good. Is there anyone from the audience who can help, like, offer some suggestions? Yeah, all right, come on up, guys, come up to the mic, please, come on up to the mic, and then Tanisha, I'll hit you up next, because I know you've taken notes there. All right, so we have a Zoom room, so if you don't mind standing up here, or if you just stand up in this area and then ask on the microphone, that would be awesome. Off to your suggestion.
Good morning, my name is Jessica Smith, for everyone in the room. I used to be a financial advisor. I've worked with multimillionaires. So I'm gonna ask you, when you're saying, they have good qualities and, all of that stuff, right? Is the tool you're using to attract their taxes or real estate?
taxes.
Okay, so then you want to look at what's the net worth of the client that you're actually looking for.
It need to be six figures. Most time, if they're self-employed, they're paying anywhere between 30 to 100,000 minimum in taxes a year. That's usually the sweet spot where I can help a person optimize where they're at and really going.
Okay, so where are those people at?
Those are these are the people I'm looking for.
Okay. So what that means to me, what I'm hearing you say is you may want to go a little bit deeper on what your ideal client looks like. Because if people are asking you, where's that person? And you're like, that's the person I'm looking for, and I don't know. It means that you maybe haven't defined them enough and you want to start to dive deeper into who that clientele could be. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really great. Thanks for coming today. You're so great advice. Look at.
I'm actually an Oakland Drive rep as well. Yeah. So anyone in the room that, is looking for services, I'm also certified with them. I do. So I took my my account or my advisory stuff and turned it into bookkeeping for small businesses. So now instead of helping multimillionaires retire, I help small businesses grow.
All right.
Very good. You want to get a little closer for the.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Something, similar in what Jessica said, and probably this will be your homework assignment. This is actually a homework assignment I gave an entrepreneur this past week. And create an avatar. Create an avatar of your ideal client. So you know exactly who you're looking for. That avatar has a name, they have an occupation, everything about them, who your ideal client is. But from what you said, I think you have a niche, and I, really appreciate that, is the real estate. And I actually was talking to an investor last night who was looking for a CPA and accountant. So if your niche are real estate investors, then what does that person look like? So we know what to refer to you, but also when you're out and about, you're in the right rooms, you know what rooms to go to find them.
That's great. That's great, Tanisha.
Really good. Yeah, it's really good. Are you glad we're recording this? All right, does anyone else have a suggestion?
I have one.
Oh, good, drink.
In hearing both ladies comment on your presentation, which was great, by the way, I just had a question of, do you have a strategic plan? Because that would actually be your guide to where you need to go, and to all the rooms that Tanisha's talking about you should be in. You'd be able to point your way to where those rooms are.
Yeah, one of the first marketing tools we're putting together, starting next month, is doing webinars. It's really starting from that standpoint.
Do you have a strategic plan is my question.
Yes,
Okay, that's.
Do you have a strategic plan?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a strategic plan. All right. We have time for one more question, then we're gonna do another presenter. Oh, two more. We'll do two more. Hold on, Trey. We have a gentleman back here. You have a suggestion? Come on up here, because we got a Zoom room and we're gonna send this, we'll put this on YouTube for him later.
How you doing?
So, you're looking for your ideal client would be somebody in real estate.
Yes.
So somebody that holds real estate, real estate investors, will, but now the real estate investor probably holds their real estate in a LLC. And LLC, tax records are public, they're public. So I would just recommend go through the tax records and you can pull out all LLC records. And then just,
You like that, Tanisha?
Yeah.
I see you're snacking on it.
Yeah, that's lots of things I could say. But
and then you can cross-reference that with the Michigan website, see who the registered agent is for the LLC. And then, yeah, it's a rabbit hole, but I think that's a good way for you to start. To get your real estate investors. And then if you pull a spreadsheet of the investors, because each county, I did this last month. In Macomb County, there's 15 or 16,000 houses, properties owned by LLCs.
Okay.
And then you just do a pivot. I don't know if are you familiar with the pivots on Excel?
No.
So you can just see which investor holds how many properties. So you can just even find, this one LLC owns 80 properties. And then you just, drill down directly to the person that you're looking for.
Okay.
So then you reach out to the registered agent, send them a postcard or a letter, or
Yeah, that's good.
Let's shake your hand.
Okay, that's a good suggestion, right? Okay, well, thank you. All right, thank you, Michael.
Hopefully that was good for you. High five, high five, high five. Okay, good. Okay, so that's good. Okay, that's really good. Really good. So, all right, and then we have a second presenter. You guys ready? Deep breath. We have a second brand new presenter. She's being coached with, I believe, Drake, are you her coach with Thrive?
Oh, yes.
Your support for her. So come on up here, Dr. A. She's like come for her first meeting today as well, which, you know, that's typically we like you to come to one meeting so you can see what it's like, and then you'll speak for about 5 minutes, do your slides, and then the room gets like half an hour or so to pass on advice. Are you ready? You want your glasses on you there? Because the mic might bump them, that's all I'm saying that for. There's a table there if you want to sit it down. All right, so Dr. A is going to tell you what her business is, what problems she's resolving, what she's doing now that she's stuck on, and then she's going to ask for the community to offer some suggestions on how she can run her business a little better. Okay, ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Dr. Aisha Akpabio, and I am the owner of Diamond Smiles Dentistry. 5 years ago, I started a small office in Detroit. I was the only dentist, and fast forward, we've grown and expanded to a new location in Detroit. I bought some property, and now the office is a lot bigger, so we are able to have multiple dentists and more patients. So one of my goals was to be more of an all-inclusive dental center, to be able to service everything rather than referring children out. We want to be able to do more complex and advanced surgeries and sedations. So now we have the facilities to support that. So some of my challenges, one of my main challenge, and I know a lot of you can relate, is just trying to create the right culture. Initially, it was myself and 1 or 2 other employees, and we've grown now to at least 50 employees that I love to keep. And we need more. So with everything changing, turnover with a lot of businesses being really rapid, I'd like to know how you are able to maintain a great culture to keep your employees as family. And then the other challenge is, I have a bunch, actually. We can be here all day. One of the other areas that I like to seek advice is about just managing. I know how to be a dentist. I've been in dentistry for about 20 years. So one of the challenges is transitioning from a dentist, someone that does clinical work, to being more of a manager, because there's a lot of people whose, lifestyles and lives are dependent on what we do at Diamond Smiles. And the last one is marketing, going from a smaller office to a multi-doctor office. Just how do we get the word out there that we're able to do all these things that we can do? A lot of people, they don't know. I found that I have patients, they went and got veneers in Mexico. I do that over here. They get surgeries elsewhere. We do it here. So how can we let the community know what we do in Detroit at our office?
Those are amazing questions. Yay. Okay. That's a great question.
I think you covered those really well, Dr. A. Covered really well, Fred. So this is again, I'm just going to point out again, if you sign up in advance to get coaching on telling us what you've already done, what you've already tried. So we're winging it today. So based on those 3 amazing questions that she offered to ask us, what culture, right? How to be a better leader, manager, like suggestions on that. And then, she's expanded her brick and mortar to another building. So who in the room can come up here and give some support? Okay, come on, don't be shy. Yeah, come on. And then, you can line up too if you are having, needing a minute to think. All right, here you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, hold the mic up. Close.
What I wanted to suggest.
You're in a Zoom room. You don't need your boots. You're in a Zoom room. No, just like that. There you go. You can stand up here, Doctor. I'll be that closer.
One of the things you said, how do you get to the
Oh, you gotta talk closer to the
How do
mic.
you help the
There you go.
community? One of the things in Detroit that I live in Detroit, and one of the things that I found to better get information out is community centers and churches.
Okay.
If you can go and present to them, even offering them just information, if they're having a function, and you can let them know, I'm here, this is what I do, I can do all of these things. Also working with DPS. It's so many kids that have bad teeth. You know, reach out to those people and help them to understand your process and what you can do for them. Do you deal with, this is Medicaid, I'm not sure if it's Medicaid or Medicare, but either one. You do. Well, then let them know.
Okay.
Because a lot of those people, that's all the insurance they have. So if they can come somewhere in the neighborhood that's convenient, you will get more business. And as a manager, you're stellar at what you do already. Now you just gotta communicate that to your staff so that you can grow together. And that's what will create your family.
Thank you. Thank you. That was really great. So kind of a marketing thing. Melanie, come on up. I know you're gonna offer something good here because she's an Open Thrive representative.
Hi, nice to meet you. Enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you.
For dentistry, I had one suggestion, like regarding marketing. I had a dental, like an emergency dental issue. And for us non-dental inclined people like myself, I just went to an urgent care and they were like, yeah, we don't do that. I went to like 2 different urgent cares. So I'm like, well, maybe if they told me who I could go to, that would be a really good solution. So maybe you could talk to some urgent cares in the area and say, hey, if you have anybody calling that needs emergency dental or any dental issues whatsoever, let them know I'm available. That would have been really helpful to me. But that's my suggestion.
Great suggestion. I've been told that before, so I need to actually go out and do it.
You gotta find somebody on your 15-person team to go out there and do it. Because you know, you're an owner. You're the owner. You gotta work on, right, the business versus in the business. All right, so culture. Oh, Tanisha, you got some, but remember culture and leadership. Those are some of her questions.
Oh, I do have something. Culture, vision. What's the vision that you have for your practice? Have you written that down and shared it with your staff? There's chance to share your vision with them. And so they know and get their buy-in. That's your culture. If you've addressed the culture, type of culture you want in the vision, they have to know about it. Yep. And then, do you aspire to be a manager?
Do I aspire to be a manager?
You said that you need to work on management. And so is that do you aspire to be a manager?
No,
Or do you aspire to be a business owner?
I aspire to be a business owner.
Hire a manager.
Yeah, see, she's awesome, right? She's not tough, she's like specific, come on. Yeah, because then you're on Zoom and then you're on recording, so that was really good, Tanisha, thanks. You okay with this so far?
I love it.
Okay, good, we're gonna be recording it for YouTube and then you'll be able to look at it later. Okay, here you go, ready? He's also a magic man.
No, you want to grow your business. And you have X amount of employees, but basically you're working in your business and out of the business. Okay, what I'm gonna tell you is I'm a former automotive supplier. I grew my business from 4 employees to 100. And had a facility in Detroit, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and one in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, you're gonna work on the bell-shaped curve. You're gonna have to trust and develop somebody. Because when I just had 4 or 5 employees and I had to fly out to do something for Chrysler, I would shut my business down because I didn't trust my people running the operation. My mind was back there, instead of all my new client that I'm trying to get. So you must develop the trust. You must put some folks in place, otherwise your business will never grow. 2, you need to get a board, an advisory board, with just folks that might be in the dental business, but not, or just business oriented. Your advisory board is your marketing tool. Anybody that have boards, they are out there to help advertise and market for you, and then they bring you the suggestion.
Okay. I have one question.
Yes.
Yes, it's hard because, I feel like ain't nobody like me, so.
Yeah, you gotta give it up,
But how do you, that's true, but how do you incentivize that person? You put all into them and then they may leave and do their own thing. So what do you do to keep that person?
Well, basically, the person you want is, hopefully, if they're working in your operation, maybe you have to step outside. You want a person that will come to work early,
Okay,
person that will stay late, and a person that will work very good to make you feel that you don't need it. That's the person that you.
What he said, try.
So what I heard was that I need to, find someone that I trust to help run the business and to get an advisory board,
And then one person early, hire one person to come early.
hire one person to come early, observe.
Person comes early,
Okay.
it makes you feel that you don't need to be there because they get handled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to learn I'm a control freak, so I have to learn to let go, but, need other resources for that part.
Jeff, what do you at? She needs you.
Hi, I'm Carmen. I want to talk to you about culture a little bit and not to combat what you said, but there's two parts. When you hire people, this is part one, when you hire people, sometimes people are working to get a check, right? And people, when you are doing your thing and as entrepreneurs and we are working and we are bleeding out for our thing, we can't always expect our employees to also bleed out for our thing, right? They're not gonna come early and stay late all the time. Every person's not going to do that because it's just a job to them. But that manager may need to be that person. So think about, your second person needs to be that person. Your second person also doesn't need to be the entrepreneur that wants to start their own thing either. Because that's the person you're gonna be attracted to that person and be like, oh, you got that drive just like me. But then they're gonna bounce and start their own thing, which isn't gonna be the fit either. So just keep that in mind, like what you're gonna be attracted to is you don't want them to fly away. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. And then as a culture fit, my mother worked at Dr. Egan's office in Southfield for 18 years. And if you want to talk about culture, that place, Dr. Egan made that place a culture. There's no doubt when you step foot into that place about the culture. The way he interviewed those people, the environment, the ambiance, the music, the TVs, you know what I mean? Like he still plays TD Jakes on the TV, for 50 years. Yeah. So like, there's no doubt about it. So when you are hiring, that's the interview. Do they align with that vision? Do they align with that? And I think everything else falls into place culture-wise if you have that in the forefront. If that is really important to you, that's part of the interview process, It's not just vibes, when culture is that important to you. So just wanted to mention.
Thank you. Thank you. That was great. If you want to speak, you might have to have about 5 minutes.
We've got a comment online.
Okay, awesome. All right.
So you gotta take my advice with just a lot of salt, because I've only been open for like 6 months, so I might not even want to talk about it. But what for the marketing part, the first thing that came to my head was client referrals and like offer incentives. Where there's like, oh, you refer somebody, you get like half off for your next dentist visit, or even like how some fast food does it, where you like the point system for every time you visit with you. So this way you have more reasons to either bring family or friends or whatever else. For the culture, one thing that came to my head is almost like the first thing that comes to my head is church, right? How does people do a culture in church? They have outings. It's not just you see on Sundays and then you're out for the rest of the time. But they have outings where they actually spend time with the people you're with. And I think that will also be a good option too, the workers that you have where you hire new workers and really be intentional with spending that time to really just help nurture them in that great way. Because that will also help them feel a lot more closer to you, not just see you as a big manager in this new place that I've never been, and this new world, stuff like that, which might also keep them a little bit longer. But then again, people are very hectic when they want to leave and explore new things. So that's also that too. Something else that I think might work as well with the First thing that came to my head. I think I'll probably talk to you. But,
Thank you, thank you. That was really good. Great suggestion. All right, Diana, just a minute or two, because we got some other.
Excuse me, but what I want to speak on is this. You were talking about, well, anyway, they suggested about you obtaining a manager, okay, instead of you being the owner and the manager. What I was going to say, the reason why people lose employees are because they don't want to pay them a good salary to keep them. You know, and so when people are not getting paid, you know what I'm saying, the right type of salary, they leave. They're always looking to see, you know, where else they can go, who's going to pay them. So if that's going to be a key person in your business, think about what would you be comfortable with paying them, and then think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then they will be more in tune to stay if they had the right incentive. And so I think I kept it short enough for you.
Yeah. Thank you, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so then it'll be the last one, okay, the one I'm not here.
So I have a couple questions for you. The first is, what are you doing to grow and
Closer, sorry.
what are you doing to grow your mindset?
Good question. Honestly, being here, that's one of the stops.
Yeah. And I would offer to you as well, being vulnerable, right? Because being here is one thing, but being willing to speak in front of all of us and let us actually pour into you is another, right? And so what I would suggest is that you actually get with one of the consultants or coaches. I myself work with Tanisha on my coaching piece, to have her actually help the businesses grow, right? So you may want to just check in with her.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. And the second thing that I want to offer you is, I heard you say that you want to grow your business. What area are you looking to grow in?
What area?
So she's expanded to 2 locations now.
Yeah.
I think that's what she meant, but can you be more specific for her?
Yeah, so you want to grow, right? But you want to be specific about how you want. Like, are you looking to grow your engagement? Are you looking to grow your numbers? You know, are you looking to
I'm
grow your
looking
staff?
to increase revenue via new patients because of the more procedures and more expansive procedures.
Okay, and that's more specific, all right, than looking to grow, because you want to set your intention based on that versus all of the other noise that will come up, because then you'll be pulled in all types of directions. As an entrepreneur, we end up on a hamster wheel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so this is having you be more specific and, you know, just looking at your North Star so that you can focus on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the person behind you. Thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been a nurse for like 30 years and I teach people
You're in a Zoom room, so I don't want to
Okay.
be on the camera.
about toxins. There's a lot of toxins in dentistry. This isn't something you can do tomorrow, but long-term, have you thought about being a holistic dentist? There are very few of them. And more people are learning fluoride is a neurotoxin. The metal fillings you put in mouths have mercury in them and they go into your brain. It would a specialty, you could specialize. And people are looking for that.
So sorry, I'm just gonna tag on to that. I think instead of like saying change your business to this, the idea of having one person on staff that can consult on homeopathy dentist, you know, somebody that you would recommend that's even outside the business, but offer that service within your business to attract an audience if you're looking to grow patients. That's an untapped market possibly.
It really is.
Yeah. All right.
People travel for a holistic dentist.
Thank you very much. And then we have 1% offering support online, so we're gonna grab them real quick. Do you wanna say?
We have Joseph online. Joseph, unmute your mic and we're all listening.
Yeah, hi. I know we're out of time. Great presenters, great people giving comments. I had a comment on sales funnels, and I wanted everyone to understand, you know, marketing is really hard. Sales is even harder, and we have to separate the two. So when I talk about sales funnels, I ask people, what are they doing to create more business 6 months from now? Because business doesn't come fast enough for any of us. So what are we doing today that's going to create sales 6 months from now? So we want to keep our sales funnels as fat as we can. And I do have a suggestion for you and for people that have clients. Go to your clients and say, I'm looking for new clients. I need, more patients. Can you help me? Put a sign in your office, talk to everyone that you meet that you're providing services to, and say, please do me a favor. Can you give me 5 names? See if that works. If that works, take those 5 new clients and say the same thing. Can you give me 5 more names that may be interested? But continually work on that, because you might get it a year from now, you might get it 6 months from now, you might get it next week. So go to your clients and ask them to help you. That's it.
Cool. Thank you, Joe. Okay, then, and then Daryl, and then pass to Daryl.
Mine is really quickly. I remember your opening and you said that folks are going to Mexico to get veneers. One thing that I find is frustrating, and this is really reflective of the entire medical system in the United States, is that everything is so hocus pocus when you go to a medical provider. There's no schedule of fees. I think that you could be very revolutionary if you put on there what it costs to get a bridge, what it costs to get an implant, what it costs for a clean, so people can take their FSAs or HSAs or their hard-earned dollars and figure out their insurance and figure out exactly what they'll be spending. So when they walk into your office, they have a sense of confidence about what they're going to be spending when they walk out. And you will be leading the market in doing that, because that's the one thing that I see that Mexico medical plantation, that's what they call it. I've heard it called, does it. So anyway.
Thank you.
So I have 2 things. Good morning, and Melody touched on one of them. Most people don't recognize the connection between good health and good dental health. If you know doctors that you talk to or that you have a relationship with, if they know that their patients have bad dental hygiene, ask them to refer them to you. That's very, very important. And the second thing is do you have a marketing person in your office that does your follow-ups? And do you have systems in place to send out reminders and things like that?
Really, not consistently.
That's going to really help increase your business. The dentist that I go to, he does that on a regular basis. And I get things from him that reminds me that I should be there. And he asks for referrals. So if somebody says, hey, I need a dentist, I know automatically, because he's at the top of my mind, because he's in my mailbox all the time. That's definitely something that you can do to increase awareness and increase people's, what can I say? Making sure that they're at the top of, that your practice is at the top of their mind. And I love your website, by the way.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Dr. I hope you got something. Well, you got something from that, like really, that is, so this is the give back, right? And we typically have about this many people in the room every week, so please continue coming back. So this is how the end of the meeting is gonna roll. Daryl is our co-lead for our organizing committee here, and he's gonna get the mic for a minute. And I know that some new people came in the room. If you're a new person in One Million Cups, you came in after we started and you raised your hand, we're not calling you out, we have a gift for you. So if you can hold your hand up, Dave is gonna pass these out, David's gonna pass these out to you. It's a journal for you to, keep notes and stuff. If you didn't come last week where we gave out a free one and you'd like one that you didn't get one, please, wave your hand and we'll give you one of those. And then we like to do a group picture so that we can put that as the thumbnail on our YouTube video of today's recording. So Daryl's going to talk for a minute. I wanted to mention that our coffee sponsor, he's way in the back. He is really hopeful that this fabulous room who's enjoyed his coffee will do some Google reviews for him or a Facebook review or something. He has a full-time job. He's doing coffee. He wants to be only doing coffee. I did a Google review. It took me 2 minutes. I don't even drink coffee. I did a Google review. So he wanted to just say that he, took some questions from the audience and he didn't get to make that ask. So if you guys could consider that when you go grab some coffee, he's got some QR codes back there for you or whatever that thing is. Okay, so what we'll do is Daryl's going to talk for a minute. We're going to again ask if you want to present 1millioncups.com/present. The business cards up front for 1 Million Cups, you should take some if you would like to invite somebody to come. There's no name on it. It's just 1 Million Cups, where you meet, and the email address if you have questions, and the address to, and then the 1millioncups.com/present. So So there's some at the front, take one in your pocket, you know, you never know who you could pass it to, okay? So we are looking for presenters. And then we're gonna do that group picture, and we're just gonna have you kind of gather where you are, and we'll take a picture back into the display with our two fabulous presenters, Michael Muse and Dr. A. Thank you so much. So. And thanks, you can send us home, all right? You can send us home. And thanks to Zoom.
And thank you, those that are still in the Zoom room. On behalf of Oakland Thrive, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Oakland Thrive, again, is the sponsor of this local chapter, the Detroit Metro chapter. So thanks to Oakland Thrive, all the Oakland Thrive reps in the room. Raise your hands. Few of us, and all the B2B partners. Please raise your hands. You know, we heard from a couple of them. There's a couple more in the room. Please meet these guys, because if you are a small business in Oakland County and you have some challenges, and you want to get advice, you need a lawyer, you need a business person, you need to work on branding, whatever you need to work on, we offer free advice. These are your tax dollars at work. These are the ARPA funds that the government has made available to help small businesses, because we know how important small businesses are to our communities. And also what we do, because we are an organization that is for the community, by the community, is we announce community events. We have an event this evening called Ready, Set, Sell. If you are a retailer, if you need to get your business ready for the holidays, you want some ideas as to how to maximize the people that come through your door, how to maximize those sales for the holidays, come out and see us this evening. We are at Inez and Marie in Oak Park, 10400 West 9 Mile Road. We will have some great ideas from K Marketing, who's also one of our partners, to talk about how to get your business ready for the holiday season. And that begins at 5:30 this evening. And I want to introduce Lisa and Don, because they have a program, a really good program that's coming up very soon. They have small businesses. You get a minute. Also, go to the Oakland Thrive website, oaklandthrive.org. Go to workshops and events, and you will see all of our workshops, and they are free of charge. And you don't have to be an Oakland County resident or an Oakland County business to attend any of these workshops.
Good morning, good morning. We're going to make it very, very quick. My name is Lisa Davis. I have been here for the last 3 months talking about the money that I have available for you to do all the strategies that they're talking about, where it's a dentist person, you need some money. What I am doing right now, I have a cohort that I am launching. It starts October 7th. The cohort is going to have about 15 banks involved that are going to be able to fund your business. I'm going to take you through a 4-week intensive, twice a week, to get you ready to expand your business, understand why you're expanding it, how to market it, how to do all the things, and then also to be bankable so you can be fundable. That starts October 7th, and the applications are open now to the end of the month. I have the application QR code right here, and guess who's going to be orientating you so that you get your mindset right? Mr. Don Snyder. But I also want to say on Fridays, I'm here Friday 8:30 to 10 o'clock to talk about understanding why you need financing, because a lot of y'all in here not understanding how you got to where you are, where you need to go. Y'all need some money. So come see me on Fridays at 8:30 in the morning, from 8:30 to 10, to talk about money. And here's some to talk about the word.
Good morning.
Hello, Don.
I'm supposed to be kicking it off. I'll be doing the first one. And basically, I'm going to be talking about the mindset of an entrepreneur. So basically, I made 2 notes while I was sitting here. Success is not owned, it is rented every day and fleeting. So we're going to talk about that, as well as that potential is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. And I want to get the businesses in the proper mindset to search for the opportunity, because opportunity is also fleeting if we don't take advantage of it.
Thank you.
Oh, and also true. I've written 2 books, so we'll talk about the books at the event. My latest book is Through the Eyes of an Entrepreneur. It has some lot of commitments, a lot of mentoring that I have done. I've grown 25 companies. If you know them, Bridgewater. I was with the governor. I did Whole Foods. I did Myers. I did Mount Woodward. So there's just a lot of things that we can share. I don't teach from an academic standpoint. I teach from actual live experiences that I've had.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Brown. So can I have our 2 presenters come up front, please? Because we do a group photo, so you get to be at the front of the photo. And as a reward for your presentation. You get a cool coffee mug, and you gotta take this everywhere, you gotta promise me. So we stand right here in the middle, we're gonna get everybody behind you, we're gonna take a group photo.
Guys, come on up.
So anyone who wants to be in the group photo, just get right into the middle of the room.
And Carmen's our photographer, she's our volunteer photographer. So thank you guys, thanks everyone for coming, ask them to gather at front again.
If you want to be in the group photo, please gather right in the middle of the room, hold up your coffee cups, they better say 1 million cups on.
We meet every Wednesday.
We meet every Wednesday at 9 AM. The presentation starts, 8:30 is networking. Again, if you want to stay and work afterwards, please feel free to bring your laptops and you can work here, courtesy of Incubizo, every Wednesday.
Okay, you don't have to squat yet. I'll tell you, hold up.
You want me to be back or the front?
Oh, I said, come on here, come up here. Sorry, she's kidding. But as the road sponsor, the front, as the column, the back. Can you stand on this side of the sign? There, it's right here. You got it. All right, if you're in the front, you may now bend knees to the middle. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
Everyone coming out today.
Thank you.